Many people over 60 think their ankles are stiff because their muscles are tight. That's why they spend months stretching their calves and rolling their feet. Yet many still struggle with poor balance, limited mobility, and ankles that feel stiff every time they get out of bed. What if the problem isn't a lack of flexibility? What if more stretching isn't the answer? What if the real issue is that your brain no longer trusts the information it's receiving from your ankle? One of the phrases I often use with my clients is, micro movements determine macro movements. The small movements occurring within the foot and the ankle influence how the entire body moves. When those small movements become restricted, unstable, or poorly conditioned, the effect can travel far beyond the ankle itself. That's because the ankle isn't just a joint. It's one of the body's most important sources of information about balance, position, and movement. The ligaments surrounding the ankle constantly send information to the brain about joint position, movement, and stability. The brain then uses that information to determine how much mobility and stability to allow. When those signals become distorted, stiffness is often the result. In many cases, one ligament may be functioning in a shortened position, while others may be functioning in a lengthened or a less supportive position. The brain receives information suggesting that one side of the joint lacks space, while the other side lacks stability. The result is a protective response. You experience that response as stiffness. The body is essentially trying to protect the joint from moving into positions that it perceives as unsafe. This is one reason why stretching alone does not always solve the problem. Stretching can be absolutely beneficial. However, stretching the wrong structure or focusing exclusively on mobility without addressing stability may fail to change the underlying message being sent to the brain. The nervous system must trust a range of motion before it allows you to use it. If that trust is not present, the body often continues producing tension and stiffness regardless of how much stretching is being performed. Mobility is not something you force into a joint. Mobility is something the nervous system allows. This becomes even more important as we age. And what we call this proprioception. And proprioception has one simple rule: use it or lose it. The body becomes efficient at whatever it practices most frequently. If the ankle is repeatedly exposed to the same movements, the same walking surfaces, and the same loading patterns year after year, sensory awareness can begin to decline. Previous injuries can further complicate the picture. There's another important factor that many people overlook. If you have experienced ankle pain, stiffness, or restricted movement for more than several months, the nervous system may begin treating that pain as normal, or even that pattern as normal. Even after tissues heal, the brain may continue producing the same protective response that was originally created to protect the joint. This is why some people continue feeling stiff long after the original injury is resolved. The old message remains. One of the goals of proprioceptive training is to help replace that old message with a new one. Instead of reinforcing stiffness, we teach the nervous system that the ankle is capable of both stability and mobility at the same time. That distinction matters, especially during gait patterns. Most people focus only on mobility. I generally start with stability, and I get the stability via proprioceptive training. So before asking the ankle to move further, I want to know what can the joint properly sense and control. The clearer the information coming from the ligaments, the better the brain can organize movement throughout the entire body. Once stability improves, mobility often flows naturally. This is especially important because the ankle links directly with the foot, which serves as the body's first point of contact with the ground. Every step you take transfers force through the ankle before that force moves into the knee, hip, pelvis, and spine. To the degree the ankle becomes excessively stiff or excessively unstable, movement quality throughout the entire body can begin to suffer. Balance declines, walking mechanics change, the risk of falls increase, and over time, the effects can travel upstream into other joints, including your lumbar spine, neck, and shoulders. This is why the exercises in this routine are not designed simply to stretch the ankle. Their purpose is to improve the quality of information traveling from the ankle to the brain. Because when the brain receives better information, it can make better decisions, and often better mobility is the result. The goal is not to force more motion into the ankle. The goal is to give the brain better information about the ankle. That is how we build lasting mobility. The next time your ankles feel stiff, remember that flexibility may not be the entire answer. Sometimes the issue isn't that the joint needs more movement. Sometimes the issue is that the brain needs better information. When you improve the quality of the signals coming from the ankle's ligaments and supporting structures, you create the foundation for better mobility, better balance, and better movement throughout the entire body. Because micro movements determine macro movements. Exercise number 1 for our ankle proprioception is to work both the lateral and the medial ligaments. So you can see where there's some ligaments and even some tendons running across here. We won't get into all the names, but there's several ligaments covering the outside of the ankle as well as the inside of the ankle. And what we want to try to do with this exercise is improve the way that your ankle communicates with your brain. So we're going to start just with one leg. If you can, we would love to lift the big toe and hold that into extension. If you don't have that ability yet, that's something you can practice on your own. But let's just say for now, if you can't, we can just keep the whole foot on the ground. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm simply going to, in this case, I'm going to load the outside of my foot as I push my knee in. And then when I come back out, I'm going to load the inside of my foot as I push my knee out. So all that we're doing is moving this knee or the shin in and out. But you'll notice the foot isn't following. The foot is completely fixed, allowing all the ligament and the tendons to get the stretch and the contraction. So as I push my knee in, I'm pushing more weight into the outside of my foot, creating a stretch on the lateral ligaments. And then as I push my knee out, I'm creating stretch on the medial ligaments by loading the inside of my foot. So it's very subtle, but I am actually moving my foot in the opposite direction that I'm moving my shin and my knee. And that is what is going to allow me to get the different tension into the ankle joint, right? So as the knee goes in, that's more tension on the lateral side. And then as the knee pushes out, that's more tension on the medial side. And that's the whole goal, is to start to build fluid, mobility, and stability by enhancing the proprioception. So you'll pick a leg, you'll put 90 seconds on a timer, and you'll just gently start working back and forth. After you complete one leg, you simply move on to the next leg. Once we've completed that, we're going to work now on all the anterior ligaments and tendons crossing the ankle joint. So there you can see one of them pop out. We're not going to name all of them. We're just going to focus on the concept of I want to build better proprioception, better awareness in this part of my ankle. So I begin by simply lifting it and setting it down. I'm doing this with as much control as I can, just lifting and lowering the foot. If that's easy enough for you, we could add a little resistance by bringing the other foot on top. And now I'm just going to use this foot to push down on this foot, almost like a dumbbell would do for resistance. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm simply lifting my right foot and I'm keeping pressure on it with my left foot. I'm going to move slow and pretty meticulous, because again, remember, the goal isn't how fast you can go or how many reps you can do. It's how clear of a connection can you get between your brain and, in this case, the ligaments of the front side of the ankle joint. So just like before, I'm going to put 90 seconds on the clock, and I'm simply just going to work slow, controlled repetitions for 90 seconds. When you complete one leg, you just move right on to the next leg. Again, slow and steady is the way that we're going to train this proprioception. Our final exercise is going to be for the posterior ligaments, which is predominantly the Achilles tendon. So tendons and ligaments, we're using them interchangeably for this. They're not interchangeable, but that is what we're talking about today, is proprioception. And there's lots of proprioceptors in ligaments and tendons. So for this last one, we're focusing mainly on the Achilles tendon. So what I like to do is I like to bring a little block in. You could, if you don't have a block, you can use a book, you could roll up a towel, and then I'm going to put my foot on the block, and then same as before, slow and controlled movements, I'm simply going to lift my foot up and slide it down. Lift it up and slide it down. I'm just going to move to give you a better view of it. So you'll stay seated, but it looks like this from the back side. You can see we're working predominantly through the Achilles tendon. I'm rolling up onto the block and rolling down. Up onto the block, rolling down. Again, you'll notice I'm trying to go nice and slow and controlled, and really mentally focusing on the feeling in that posterior chain, or in this case, the Achilles tendon crossing the ankle joint. Just like all the other exercises, we're going to put 90 seconds on the clock, and we're going to do each foot for that full 90 seconds.